Hi everybody, welcome to NaturAlley. This week we're going to be reviewing natural deodorant, and the one that I have finally chosen as my favorite is green Tidings natural deodorant, and that's what we're going to be doing a review on today. So finding a natural deodorant has been a bit of a journey for me, and it took me 3 tries before I found the one that I like the best. And I also have a few suggestions from friends on others to try, and I will do that in the future, but I'm really happy I finally found one. Basically, natural deodorant is not probably going to keep you from sweating. There are some that might reduce your sweat, but mostly natural deodorant is simply going to neutralize the odor-causing bacteria under your arms and prevent odor in that way. So why try natural deodorant over conventional deodorant? Well, I'm going to share with you some of the health reasons why this was a very important choice for me. So in the world of underarm protection, you have antiperspirants and deodorants. Antiperspirant is got active ingredients in it to actually keep you from perspiring, just like it sounds. So it's going to keep you from sweating altogether for the most part. And deodorants will not keep you from sweating, but they're there to help neutralize odor. Most people these days, including myself just a short time ago, prefer antiperspirants because we don't tend to like the feeling and sensation of sweating because it's kind of oogie boogie, and then you smell and you're got all this stuff under your arms. I get it. The problem is with antiperspirants, with antiperspirants, most of them contain the active ingredient aluminum. Now, aluminum, the way it's working in an antiperspirant is the aluminum salt ions are going into the cells of the sweat ducts, and then it causes like a swelling and a closing of the duct, which keeps you from sweating, and they work rather well. I used to use like the top of the top degree antiperspirant, and I could go all day and I wouldn't sweat or anything or smell. It worked really well at that. The problem is aluminum is being found to be a neurotoxin, and it's being linked to things like breast cancer and Alzheimer's. Now, there's plenty of information out on the internet, so I encourage you to do your own research and find out what all this means to you. For me, my research led me down the path of wanting to try what else was out there that did not contain aluminum, just because it feels safer to me. Most breast cancer, not all cases, but most breast cancer is formed in the upper outer portion of the breast, right closest to the armpit. Your lymphatic system is usually in this area, and there's a lot of lymph nodes, and when things like aluminum get absorbed into the lymph nodes, that can have some bad effects on you. It's better to use things that are less harmful, because this is a very sensitive area. But they are finding that women with breast cancer are having high levels of aluminum in the tissue in the breasts on that side near the armpit. They're also finding high levels of aluminum in the brains of people suffering from Alzheimer's. So I don't know that there's research that 100% proves that these things cause cancer or Alzheimer's, but there definitely is a lot going on right now that is showing that it might be a connection. So that's enough for me to try the natural alternative on a personal decision level. So I went on this journey. I had to try 3 different deodorants. So I'm going to share with you all 3, mainly focusing on the one that I have liked the best. Some other ingredients that you might want to research and look at that can also be harmful and that are commonly in deodorants would be things like triclosan, propylene glycol, and synthetic fragrances. So I'm not going to cover everything about that here because this is a product review and I would like to spend most of the time showing you my review, but you can research that and I'll try to give you some helpful information in the comment section below to continue your research. So the first one that I used was Tom's of Maine. I chose this one because it smelled good. Tom's is a well-known brand in the natural world. You can find it at your local Publix or your health food store. It's easy to get, it's affordable. It's just a well-known name in the natural world. So I tried Tom's first. It's got no aluminum, but this one does have propylene glycol, I noticed. And it's just like any regular deodorant. It's just like a stick. And smelled wonderful. However, after about an hour, I already started to notice some odor happening. Now, for the record, that would probably happen to me faster than some other ladies. I tend to sweat a good deal, and I also am prone to body odor. So that's always been a thing growing up for me. It's always been a vulnerable subject in my life. I am obsessed with deodorant. I carry it with me in my purse everywhere I go because I can't stand stinking under my armpits. So going the natural way has been pretty interesting, to say the least, because sweating is a natural process, and without the use of aluminum, you are going to have to make peace with the act of sweating. Has not been an easy road, I'll tell you, but it's getting better. So the second one I tried came recommended by a close female friend of mine, and it's Clay Dry Deodorant by Adama. I found this on Amazon, and it has an amazing scent. This out of the three is my favorite smell out of all of them. It also is a stick, just glides right on. This one, I didn't dislike it, but what I will tell you is, for me, I couldn't use it and be super active and completely avoid body odor. And if I was not very active in a day, it worked pretty well, but I would need to reapply it a couple of times per day. Not as much as Tom's, not once an hour, maybe like 2 to 3 times, you know, between wake up and go to bed. So I don't dislike this one, and I'm gonna keep it and continue using it as a backup source. And for days that I'm not doing as much, or days that are colder and I'm gonna be sweating less, this would be effective. And now for the winner, yay! Green Tidings. Yay, I'm so glad I finally found something that works. So, Green Tidings is the most natural out of the 3, which is awesome. And it also works all day without reapplying for me, which is great. It comes in a round plastic BPA-free container, and it's also got a little adjustable stick type mechanism there. To give you an idea of the ingredients in here, they're all pretty darn safe. We've got coconut oil, baking soda, tapioca starch, shea butter, candelilla wax, magnesium oil, and 100% pure lavender essential oil. So those are all very simple and natural ingredients. And it's also made, in case anyone cares, in a solar-powered facility in California. It is non-toxic, organic, vegan, gluten-free, aluminum-free, paraben-free, SLS-free, BPA-free, soy-free, propylene glycol-free, all-natural, fragrance-free, except for the lavender fragrance. I just think that's kind of funny. And it's not tested on animals, and it's corn-free, and it's made here in the good old US of A. So you'll be supporting business in our country, which is always a plus. It's in a recyclable container. All that good hippy-dippy stuff, right? So anyway, it is a little spendy. It cost $14.99 for this stick. It's a 2.7 ounce stick. I will say I've been using it for a while and I haven't used hardly any of it, and you don't need very much. Just a little bit, and it kind of just melts right up into the skin. The thing I like about this one is, even though it's natural, the tapioca starch and the baking soda do reduce the sweat. It doesn't eliminate it, but it reduces it from just going all crazy on you. So I do like that, and I do like the smell too. Now there's only one scent, just the lavender. They have unscented and lavender, and those are the only options. It would be cool if they maybe tried some different scents in the future. But essential oil is always a safe way to scent things. Everything else out there is usually a synthetic fragrance. And synthetic fragrances, especially for ladies, we love our perfumes and everything else, but let me tell you, synthetic fragrances are causing all sorts of havoc on women's natural rhythms. They're causing hormone problems, birth defects, infertility, some of the cancers that really affect women. So letting go of some of them perfumes and stuff, man, it hasn't been easy, but all of the side effects that come with extended use of synthetic fragrance has really motivated me here. But I am learning to love essential oils and to get used to a more natural set of smells that are safer to use. So one thing I also wanted to mention, all three of these deodorants, I haven't had any kind of problem with stuff getting on my clothes. I have put the deodorant on before or after putting clothes on in the morning, and I'm not getting any kind of residue on my clothes and not noticing any problems with that. So that's been really nice. I would suggest, even when using a natural product, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't have an allergy to it. Just because something's in the natural world doesn't mean it will always, work perfectly for you. You've got to do a little trial and error. So what I would suggest when trying any new product is to use a little bit on a small piece of skin in a place that's not as vital to your daily living. Like, you might not want to try your hands because you use them all the time, or might not want to go into the most sensitive of skin areas, but maybe like a little bit on your arm or something like that. And just make sure that you don't have any kind of irritation from any of the ingredients in the product. And then once you're sure that that's not a problem, then try it in its normal use. So anyway, I hope that you've learned some good information here. I hope that you'll do your own research and see if this is something you might want to do. It's definitely going to improve things for you and your health. Now, I also wanted to give a shout out to my friend Steve Janosic. I had a conversation with him back when I first started switching to natural products, and I mentioned struggling with the natural deodorant thing, and he got all excited because he's been using a deodorant that's natural for quite some time, and I wanted to kind of mention the deodorant that he suggested just to give you guys another option to try. I haven't tried it myself, but I plan on it. It's called Fat and the Moon, and it's a deodorant cream. So it's not in a stick, it's like in a jar, and you would open it up and put your hands into the deodorant cream and then apply it. So I just wanted to mention his suggestion because he really liked it, and also it would give you a deodorant suggestion from a male that I know. So I thought it would be nice to just throw that out there. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you like what you're learning here, please like my channel, share it with your friends, and subscribe. NaturAlley is going to be expanding a bit in the coming months. I just opened a studio and I'm really excited, so I'm going to be filming most of my videos here, and I'm going to start trying to incorporate other health and wellness subjects outside of just the product reviews. I also would like to start sharing some other health and wellness stuff with you, because it's something that I'm really passionate about. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. life is just so much easier through the eyes of a healthy body. When you are hurting, you know, it just makes everything a little less enjoyable. So I'm on a mission. I want to help everybody learn as much as they can about trying new things, and I will be your happy natural guinea pig, and I will keep sharing with you as often as I can. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.